Hello, I'm Eagle Gardens, Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram, and this is episode 820.1. Of course, this is Weed Nerd World. Hopefully, you guys have had a great Thursday. Mine's been alright. No complaints, I guess. Chat popped out in the right place. There we go. Now we're ready for some fun. Top chat to live chat. Southern VT grown. Cheers to you. How are you today, my friend? Need to fucking find some weed. I think there's any in there. What's up, Miranda Family Farms? It's depleted. Cheers. What's up, Matt Ness, Stony Creek? How you guys doing? Supplies are low. Dig through the suitcase or something. What's up, T Barrett? Johnny Tennessee. What's up, Hawaii Sustainable? What are you guys smoking on this evening? Check my mics and shit real quick before we get a couple of you guys rolling in. Seems like we should be good. What up, Green Fingers? Brett Anderson. How you guys doing? Alright, back to rolling. Back to rolling. I gathered for Lost Marijuana. Tony Boy doesn't like it when other people uses my nuggets. He gets a little defensive. I seen that the other day when other people were using it. Yeah. I'm gonna start a slang term and then get mad when other people use it. I don't know. Ripping some Romulan, always good. Cheers, buddy, Kilowatt. Smells like perfume or something. Snap your neck. Who be growing doolies? Cheers to you. Red Dragon, always good. Shredder 911. Eagle Gardens, that's hilarious, especially from a knockoff artist. What do you mean? Do elaborate there, Shredder. Cheers, crack babies. Stony Creek. Oh, that's just my pocket. It's my pocket. I gotcha. Not horrible. Not horrible. getting ready for that race. I'm running my miles here in a little bit. It was hot as fuck. Should have did the road work in that heat, but I did not. Past due time for Ubers. I don't know if they played here this year, but Clutch has played. Not on the show. I'd like to have Clutch on. Huge Clutch fan. Oh, my glasses haven't been this blind in 2 decades. Rats, that sucks. Georgia Grow God, cheers. Snap your fingers, snap your neck. So you guys have any plans for this coming weekend? I see that there is some cannabis events popping off this weekend, some camping events here in Michigan. Me, myself, I will be at the Hippie Fest Saturday, trying to capture some of that music for you guys. I don't know how much I'll be able to capture, but see what I can do. What up, Silent One? Cheers to you. Don't you start, buddy. Don't do it. Going to Cambodia for a while. Nice. Traveling circuit. It's supposed to be a pretty good time. About time somebody named that shit for what it is, really. They are all traveling circuses. Sterling, where is it? Sterling Heights. There's a few of them. I'm not sure where they're at. Greenfinger's trying to. Here it is. What's up, Greenfingers?
What's up? I thought somebody else was already here.
Well, slow today.
Trying to scroll over and it wouldn't scroll over. Then I noticed my tape was on. I was like, oh, that's why I can't see nobody else. I'm the only one. Huh.
People here wouldn't be able to say hello to you for fucking 28 minutes and shit.
I figured I'll jump on first so we could have a little conversation. Shit. But
I'm actually thinking about bringing back the limit number on how many people can be on at once. What are your thoughts on that?
I sometimes I have not a lot to say, so I could sit back and listen to somebody else talk a lot. But then sometimes I have shit to say and I want to talk, and I'm like, I'll never get a word in. There's 5 people up here already. I'll just smoke a joint, sit in the background, type of shit. Like, so I don't know. It's just always, I like it with a lot of people because I don't know. But then at the same time, smaller format feels more intimate, feels more.
I think conversation flows better, I think, with a smaller amount of people there.
Yeah.
If you remember right, I said in the beginning I would never let it get over 4.
Yeah. And then it got out of control for a minute, and then it got back down to normal. Now it's teeter-tottering both ways sometimes.
So what do you think of a good number? I mean, I always thought 4 was optimal.
Yeah, sometimes it depends on what kind of stuff we're talking about. Like if it's just like an all open, like smoking just to talk and not even talk, just to like smoke and bullshit. Like I could see there being a lot more people, but like 6 is usually like a number where some people can't talk. They don't have enough time to get nothing in. and then you forget what you're gonna say next.
Oh, I don't know how many times I've done that. Fucking sitting there thinking, "Oh, this is the good shit right here," and by the time it comes around to you, you're like, "Oh fuck, what was?" Yeah, I get
Totally
that.
forget. Totally space what I'm gonna say next. I'm like, oh, that was 4 minutes ago. I lost it. Sure, Smiley.
All right, bro. I got you.
How are you this evening?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Nice and warm outside.
You got a sweatshirt on. Is that a
I'm in the
sweatshirt?
basement on the AC, man. Shit.
All right.
It's cold as fuck down here. I was sitting out on the porch in a tank top like you, but I threw the sweatshirt out because I know it's cold as fuck down here.
But my air just kicked on. I gotta turn it off. It's starting to get
Yeah.
cold.
Well, there's like an air duct right by where I'm sitting, so
Yeah, mine's right above me.
yo.
Temperature out there.
That air makes me fucking tired after a while.
Check my temperature.
You smoking on tonight, Mr. Smiley?
I'm gonna roll up some of that high punch.
Yeah.
That is purple punch to high mac. The high mac is high school sweetheart or the mac to the high school sweetheart.
Boys are playing behind me. They literally wake up about a half hour before showtime. They know the days. Mondays, Thursdays, about 8:30 they're winding up. The other night, about 11. They're like, fuck it, let's go. What do you think? Play a little dog tag, huh? Shaved him the other night. Looking all fucking handsome and shit. You ever shave your dog's green fingers? Shit, that'd be a week. If you start one, it'd probably take you a week to get through all of them, wouldn't it?
To do what with them?
Shave them, trim them,
Shave?
clip them. Yeah.
Oh, no way. Not out here in the desert. They would burn. They would fry because of that. No, they gotta keep their hair. Yeah. I would never do that to my dogs. Once when I had a chow, my sister came back and he looked like a freaking lion. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And he was embarrassed as fuck. Like, he was totally embarrassed. So, like, yeah, I would never do it. Like, I dress my dog up because he likes to be dressed, but that's just one of them. The rest of them don't like that shit at all. And they would never want me to be, yeah, they've never seen a shaver, a razor, or a groomer. Just one dog, pampered. The rest are street dogs in the ghetto.
My dog is like, if I shaved one of them the other day, and then the other two looked at him like, "Oh, look at Mister Fucking Fancy over there and shit." They all treated him different after the haircut.
It's funny. They start hazing them, go through a little hazing phase.
I noticed they did that shit originally, bath day. One would get a bath, and then he'd come out, and the other ones would gather around and growl at him and be like, "Look at you fucking all wet and shit," fucking, and make fun of him. Then they'd disappear, and then yeah, she would be on the other foot. Yeah,
I love it.
they're pretty lively brunts there, the fucking dogs are.
I found a seed and I broke it. I can't find it.
Your dogs are big though, aren't they, Smiley? You got big old dogs.
I have a big dog, a medium-sized dog, and a little dog. So we got a little like Chihuahua, Jack Terrier or Jack Russell mix.
High strung dog right there.
He's a little dickhead, yeah. He's like a
Yeah.
cat.
Is he thinks he's the leader of them?
No, not by any.
No, okay. Because
He's just he's literally the ankle biter. So.
Oh yeah.
But
I don't have one of those.
our medium-sized dog is a Australian Shepherd, and he's a really fucking cool dog. Listens really well. I don't know. All he wants to do is make you happy. Like that dog, all he wants to do is make you happy. Like no matter what. You know what I mean, like, and he's very agile. Those dogs are pretty amazing. How fast and how high he can jump, all that shit. He climbs up the trees and after fucking squirrels and shit. And then my dog is she's gonna be 10 this year, and she's a German Shepherd and a Golden Retriever mix.
Oh, that's a big dog. What's she weigh, like probably 120?
Yeah, she's pretty. I mean, she's showing her age a little now. She gets up kind of slow. There's a few times where you call her and she just kind of looks at you like, yeah, no, you're just gonna come here. You know, like she's like, yeah, no. The dogs get all hyper and start barking at something in the window, and she'll be like laying on the ground, just like go woof, like just not even lift her head no more. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, but we love her. She's still around, so I don't know how long.
So with that Shepherd in there, is she like super protective of the family?
Oh yeah, she was and still is, but she's a little slower now. The Australian Shepherd is for sure, man. He'll fucking try to herd you. He'll try wherever you. I don't know. He's a weirdo like that. Like the dogs are kind of weird personalities like that. Like I don't know. They're high strung, but they're like trying to run circles around you. Like all the time, he wants to do a circle around you. It's like, dude, chill the fuck out. You know, like just chill the fuck out. Like. So my dog's still alive because Jessica, and she busts her butt and feeds him. Like she fucking cooked a whole turkey. So somebody was like cleaning out their freezer or something on Facebook or whatever. I don't even know where she found it, but she went and grabbed like fucking 70 pounds of meat that people were like, these are, you know, it's like been in the freezer for 2 years or whatever, you know. She cooked it up, fucking made it for dog food and shit. And, you know, but she busts her butt making them dog food all the time. So, and she does all kinds of shit, like puts special shit in there, make sure they got like all the minerals and whatever. I don't know. She puts turmeric and fucking sweet potatoes and I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah, it doesn't look too appealing when she's done. There's like carrots and shit in it. It's like a horribly done goulash or something.
Fucking dogs do.
Yeah, but whatever. It's better than the fucking bullshit they put in the bags for them dogs, man. They make them dogs.
Oh, yeah.
My friend's dog now is a diabetic because of that shit. Like, all the cheap dog.
Yeah. If you actually read the ingredients on dog food, you're like, what the fuck is this? It's all filler. There's nothing worthwhile in there.
Right.
Well, I've heard one of the worst things about the dog food is a lot of dogs having problems from dog food is the preservatives that they use.
Yeah.
Chemicals they spray on it pre eating process, the drying process are fine. That passes test, but it's when it dries out, it goes through a chemical change and becomes like toxic for most dogs. You don't test it after that, but for that reason, a lot of dogs get sick from bagged food.
Well, remember when I don't know, 6, 8, 10 months ago, whatever it was, when there was that big old, manufactured egg shortage, and people were saying, "Oh, the chickens aren't laying eggs anymore." Everybody around me that was feeding, like the store-bought, chicken feed, wasn't getting eggs, but the people that were feeding them basically, table scraps and, mealworms and all that kind of stuff were getting this, no difference in the egg production.
Yeah. That's some fucked up shit.
Right. I'll tell you what though, man, when it comes to my dogs, like they see me loading up to go tuna fishing, and it's like they set that timer knowing, all right, he'll be back in 2 days with some mackin' food. Because I don't eat it, so I feed most of it to the dogs.
Oh, I bet they love it. Yeah, she mixes some fish in there and shit too. Dude's talking about that with I just seen the other day about Nick Risden. Did you guys hear anything about that? Where he got glyphosate poisoning from his neighbor's fucking farms around him. I don't know. Yeah, they had sprayed because like his farm sits in the middle of some like commercial farms or whatever. I don't know. I don't understand it all, but that's what I was reading. Is it fucking it like blew back into his crop, and they were like trying to clear it out, and then he got super sick, and they ran him to the hospital, and he's got glyphosate poisoning. He's fucking like his organs are shutting down and shit, and like
oh shit.
Yeah, like holy fuck, man. Like I don't know, it scared me when I read it. I was kind of concerned about him, but it's still
That's
fucked up that shit's allowed, dude. How is that fucking allowed, man? Like, how many people gotta get sick from that? How often, how much do we need in the groundwater of that bullshit, Like, fuck.
Them forever chemicals are a problem, man. The shit that they use to make the off products from making like Teflon and stuff, Dow, all that. I was watching a similar, not similar, but different. A farmer here in Michigan, he raised cattle for meat, and he couldn't sell no more of his meat because they were infected with these POFs or something like that, these forever chemicals that he wasn't even feeding them anything to give them this. It was coming from the land, the water, the river and shit. And now his whole land, his whole farm was fucked. His whole reputation he had built, you know what I mean? Gone because other people's negligence, big corporations' negligence, tainting the water supplies and shit like that. I was watching a thing as far as like the water supplies goes. Camp Luzerne up here in northern Michigan. There's a big lawsuit going on for the vets and stuff that served time in that camp. And I never really realized exactly what the problem was, but it was contaminated water. So if they did something that contaminated the water on that hunk of land, it's just ignorant to say that it didn't hit the whole water table, that whole aquifer. You know what I mean? It can't be just that camp, them acres that were affected with bad water. It's got to be.
I would imagine, it all connects some point, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
I actually just saw an article this morning about there's a place here up in.
Oh, you muted yourself.
Yeah.
Place up here in Muteville.
Either that or they muted him.
Muteville, camera offville.
Wow, they're really trying to take him out. We're not even...
Silence in SoCal.
Yeah. He's laying down some important info over there. Oh.
That's fucked up, man. I don't know. My neighbor's like got a beautiful yard, but he sprays the shit out of it. I see the guy over there spraying all the time. Like, fuck away from my tomatoes, motherfucker. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, get the fuck away from my garden, dude. Like, you're like less than 10 feet spraying away from my garden. Fuck.
All right, you want to try again on that information drop there, SoCal?
Yeah, I just got a call to fucking do a political survey. And it came from a number that looked like, it was like 2 numbers off of my wife's phone number. So anyway, no, I was reading this article this morning. We have these, they're called the strawberry fields, and they're obviously strawberry fields. They're up in North San Diego County, closer up to like where Jack and, more closer to Jack Shreenstock than Buddy, but up in that neighborhood. It's a huge thing, massive fucking strawberry farm. They let you come in, pick the strawberries, do your thing, Anyway, there was an article in the local news this morning about the plastic mulch that they use in those fields has been actually leaching into the soil for so long now that they're actually worried about the contamination into the strawberry crop.
Really?
Yeah.
Plastic
That
mulch?
just tells me right there. Plastic, yeah. I'll try to find the article again and forward it to you guys. It was a pretty interesting read the way they're talking about it. But apparently, that kind of led me down the rabbit hole to, that article leads to another article, which, you guys know how the internet rabbit hole goes. I ended up on an article talking about where somehow I just kind of skimmed through it, didn't really pay a lot of attention, but they're talking about there's now some microbe they've found that can actually break down plastics.
That's dope.
So that kind of tells me that whatever that microbe is had to evolve to break down the plastic because of the actual amount of plastic that everything else around it was dealing with.
Maybe.
But it's just,
we just never knew about it. I don't know.
I mean, plastic's kind of a man-made thing, though,
Yeah.
Next step, another process that, you know what I mean? It can't be completely cleaned, I wouldn't think.
Well, I've seen people grow mushrooms eating like old shoes and shit like that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't fully understand it, but I mean, it's cool that they kind of there's some shit they're gonna eat plastic. Maybe you're right. I don't know. Maybe it is something that adapted.
My question is, what is the byproduct from that?
Not sure.
I mean, if you really think about it, like, worms, look at worms. The byproduct from worms is the worm casting, which is pretty much fucking black gold in a damn garden. Any kind of garden.
Mm-hmm. Micro poop from plastics.
Right. Like, what's,
I don't know. I mean, there's all kinds of different ones, too, that, like, can get energy from radiation or whatever. Like, there's the extremophiles that live in the volcanic vents and shit like that.
right.
It's pretty fucking wild, really.
So I fucking I was at the post office today picking up my mail and got a fucking nice little belly laugh. Nice little belly laugh. One of the few get my mail, and what do I get in there? Survey from the post office. Wanting to know how my local things are doing. But I thought, what? I think it's you. There we go. I thought that was funny. I'm like, oh yeah, this had to have been it, put in the wrong fucking box. All the fucking trouble I've had with these guys, I can't wait to fill this fucking thing out. I literally laughed aloud all the way to my truck as I opened up and read it. I was like, oh yeah, we'll do. I got you guys. Turn this right in. Cheers, Pharmacy Seed Network. How you doing this evening? You are muted, my friend.
Cheers. How you guys doing tonight? I'm doing good.
What's up, bro?
Going on, Luke, Smiley, SoCal. How's everybody?
What's going on?
It's got me all fired up talking about glyphosate, pesticides and shit.
Yeah, that's bullshit, man. There's nobody's ever gonna do about it. It's like lead poisoning when they fucking did that with poisoned everybody with lead 2 years ago.
Tell me about it. My job, we strip lead paint out the window.
Oh yeah, burning it in gasoline and shit.
No, we're using like heat guns, and then we actually have a draft table set up that suck all the dust and fumes out. It still sucks.
With lead.
You know, I've kind of noticed since I retired, physically, I feel way better. Like, you know, I'm not waking up with like respiratory shit, not having headaches, all that shit. And I'm starting to contribute that I'm not around all the shit that I used to be around.
Yeah, I did feel a lot better not being around like the auto business, like all the chemicals you're in contact with, fume, all that shit. Like, I really think there is kind of like a Mad Hatter type disease from that. Sure. It just fucks with your head and you get like depressed, man. Like, I don't know.
Messes up your hormone systems. They're all endocrine disruptors. They all screw up your hormones. Screw up one hormone in your system, affects the rest of the system. One probably has an effect on each hormone. Yeah, of course how your whole body regulates it. It goes.
So about, I don't know, a month and a half, 2 months before I left, I started noticing that I'd get like neuropathy going on in my feet. And most of the time I would notice it while I was driving around at work. Since I left, I haven't had that happen once. I used to wake up every morning and cough up freaking, you know, half a lung. Haven't done that in like, you know, a month. I really think all that shit in the trades is
Like, what was it?
I think a lot of that is
like
true.
what? Like,
Yeah, what were you doing?
All of the above. I was basically doing well, I was a boiler technician. So, you know, boiler systems, water heaters, solar systems, you know, hydronic heating, all that kind of shit. Anything to do that had, you know, if it had to do with hot water or making of hot water or storing of it, you know, that's what I did for a living. And a lot of these solar systems are like, you know, fucking glycol and all that shit running through these systems. And you got to drain that shit down, you know, and you can't just like drain it out into the fucking storm drain outside. You know, you got to contain that shit. But then you got to refill that system. And now you're over here soldering with freaking, you know, torches and gases and solder and all this shit. Plus, like some of these chemicals they use to clean out the actual like heating element things and then the boilers. Yeah. They look like a. So if you go into like, I don't know, throw a fucking dart at the wall and, you know, wherever the hotels are in your area, most of those hotels are going to have a boiler system. And the actual heater in that thing is like a giant ass radiator. But every so often you got to flush it out because, you know, if you notice your shower doors will start getting like shit all over them. It's all the shit in the water. Well, it collects inside of those heat exchangers in the boilers. So you got to flush it out. That shit's fucking gnarly. You know, plus you know, soldering and all that shit. I think it fucks you up physically.
Could be.
You vaporizing some of the lead when you're soldering, so you just that, you know. I can't tell you how many boards and radios I soldered as a kid, standing over the table with the solder smoke going right up my nose, just not even clueless about it, you know. It was like, and that was like maybe fifth, seventh grade, like beginning of sixth grade. I had great vision for 6 months. Like, I look back at that now, and I'm like, is that why?
Right. Well, you know, we're in these rooms that are tiny ass little rooms. Usually they don't have any ventilation in them. You know, they're in the basement, or, you know, sometimes you're lucky they'll be on the rooftop. But we were working in these little ass rooms that are already fucking hotter than shit because, you know, there's a boiler system in there, and now it's in the basement with no airflow down there, and you're breathing all this shit.
Kerosene fumes and everything else in there. Yeah, and then the toxic materials, you got like plastics that are getting hot. You know, like, man, what a concoction of crap, huh?
Yeah. I've noticed. I can go hiking in the same spots that I'm going now. You know, looking a little different purpose right now. I'm looking for deer, but I'd go hike out to some of these same spots that I'm hiking out to on a daily basis now. And it was taking me 3, 4, 5, 6 fucking little pit stops here and there to make it to my destination. Whereas now, since I haven't been around that shit for a couple of months, I'm just trucking right out to that same spot like it's nothing.
Yep. Yeah,
it's not like I could.
Having all sorts
go ahead.
Sorry. I was just saying, I was having all sorts of foot issues and leg issues, like when I first started this job. Where did I get home? At one point, I don't know if I think I might have gotten bit by a spider too. So that didn't help. But like, I got to a point where I actually had to elevate my bed. So when I slept in, when I finally updated the draft tables at work, started getting all the out of there, and it reduced a lot. And I kept cleaning my health up and it fixed it.
Yep. You know, it's funny because all of us that have been in the trades of any way, shape, or form, when we first started, we're all bullshit about, you know, oh, fuck the mask and fuck this and fuck that. And, you know, I'm not going to wear eye protection. You know, I can't see with it or whatever. And, man, we were fucking stupid, weren't we?
Yeah, I'd still do that dumb shit, man. I fucking cut some concrete fucking last week, and I was like, without a mask, next fucking later that day, blowing out fucking rocks and shit. I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah, you could get 30 seconds just because you wanted to save a little bit of time and shit. You're fucking idiot.
Right.
Pay for it every time, man. Every time.
I got a good buddy that was back when I was remodeling houses and shit. We were putting in some wood flooring, and we told these people, do not buy the flooring at Lumber Liquidators. It's Chinese chemical filled trash. Don't buy it. So they bought it, and we couldn't cut it with a regular snap cutter. We had to put it on a freaking chop saw to cut it. You could see the chemtrails coming off of the freaking material as the blade was going through it. And the guy that we had on the saw, he was on that saw for like 4 hours. What the fuck? Fucking jet just flew over my 12 feet high. He was on that saw for like 4 hours that day. The guy ended up out for 10 days with fucking respiratory illnesses.
We ain't saving nothing.
I wear a mask when I put out top dressings and shit. All the dry amendments.
Yeah.
Very careful about that stuff now.
Especially like the bat guanos and the insect frasses and shit. Like,
Guanos especially, man.
he gives something fuck you up real fast.
Oh yeah.
All of it. Vermiculite is really bad for your lungs.
Yep.
All of that shit.
But it first.
All of it.
This literally is a safety meeting. It's fucking awesome.
We're like,
Right?
Yeah. Even using sulfur, you have to wash your hands after before eating. People don't remember all the time. I mean, some people don't remember all the time.
Remember when you start eating it.
Like, shit, you don't notice till after you read the back and you're like, oh, fuck, did I wash my hands?
I was out in the greenhouse the other day, and I was spreading out a little bit of DE because, you know, I got a couple little bugs out there. Nothing bad this year, but I'm trying to get rid of all the little bugs and shit, you know, snails and everything that's found its way in. And I set the bag down, and it fucking blew up in my face.
Yeah.
That sucked.
Happened to me last night. I was feeding the plants, and they have this stupid Velcro lock, and I set it down, and it poof. I ran away as fast as I could, but it still didn't help.
Already got a face. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to find my way from the greenhouse to the shower, freaking blind, because, you know, it went in my eyes and all kinds of shit.
Oh, hell no, mine wasn't that bad.
I looked like fucking Hunter Biden on a Friday night.
That's one nice thing about using like pelletized alfalfa or whatever. It's not like that powder. You can spread it out pretty easy. The first time it gets wet, it really just kind of spans and breaks apart.
I drop it in water first and let it soak for like 12 hours or so. It activates the enzymes in it.
Yeah, either way. Yeah. But, yeah, it's not as finely powdered or whatever.
Yeah, kind of like if you take those hardwood pellet chips up in the water, sawdust, they break apart.
A balcony SoCal?
Yeah, I was just wondering. Maybe it's a good chunk of your yard, huh?
The Fonzie part of the garage, maybe? No? One.
I
Got
like
a
it.
double bed. Got a big house. Just drink this aloe vera juice.
Tried to drink some aloe vera water like a couple months ago, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm good on that. I can tough out some shit, man, but the aloe vera water was not too good.
They make a coconut one that's really good, actually.
This one's fire. This one tastes like honey. Like honey water. And they put honey and some sugar. Doesn't taste like the chunks of aloe are off-putting sometimes.
Nice get used to.
Like boba.
I think I feel good with the chunks. That kind of throw me.
Yeah.
It's
like boba. If you don't like boba, you wouldn't
I
like
don't know if
this.
I'd handle that too well.
Yeah.
Especially if I wasn't expecting it, I'd be all, I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the junk in this drink, bro? What the fuck?
It took me a while to get over the mother in the kombuchas. The last little bit you see floating around in there.
The loogie in the bottom? Yeah, no, thank you, bro.
I don't drink that either, no.
Yeah, I don't drink that either. That goes to the garden. Like
That's the
when I get to that goes to the garden.
point of it right there.
It's like drinking a booger. It's like,
Yeah, dude, it's a snot. Exactly. It's a loogie or snot. Like, dude.
I can't handle it, dude. I got a weak stomach, man.
Yeah, I did not get it back down.
I can't handle it. I would so lose on Fear Factor, like the eating part, dude. Fuck, I would have been out of that.
We need to do that.
No,
We need to have a fear factor, guys. Let's have a fear factor on this panel one day. We'll all buy the same
I
exact
already
crazy.
tell you, I'll lose. If it's something
All
with food, I'm gonna
one of
lose.
the same things.
If
Like,
it's
we'll
something
link
with
to each
food and
other.
you can't yak, I'll be no.
Yeah. Like I'll
Dude,
send
no,
you guys out
I'm
some
not-
shit. You guys send us out some shit. Like we send each other the craziest shit we could find. Like one per
Deep
and then
fried tarantulas.
It's got to be random like that. We can't be all buying our own shit. It's
Right.
got to be doorbell ring and shit. You'd be like,
We're like
sent you?
the chip challenge, the Pocky chip challenge or something. We could try that. That might
Hey,
I
look.
might die from that one. I'm not down really. Might have a weak esophageal sphincter. I might fucking really die from that one. So I pass on the spicy stuff.
You can do a challenge. I'll watch you do a spicy chip.
I tried to challenge hot sauces I had last time and it wasn't hot enough. I was like, damn, this is
What's that one where it's like one chip or three chips or
the
something?
Pocky
Like
one chip challenge. That's the one I'm talking about. They have a softer one though. It's not as bad. It's a jalapeno one. So
no,
it's like,
you gotta do that one.
Oh, hell.
I'd be willing to do that.
Will you eat a habanero raw? Do you like eat a habanero?
No way, bro. That's too far from me. How about you, Eagle?
That's too hot for you? Like,
Yeah.
well, I'm just wondering, like, I don't know. I got a buddy that'll fucking eat them. Like,
Yeah, no, I'm not. That's why it's a challenge because I don't do that shit regularly. I don't eat hot food regularly like
I
that.
like the one chip challenge and shit. I'd be down with that.
Yeah, I do.
Really, I might have to try half a chip challenge. I could do half a chip challenge with you, but like that whole thing, I've seen some people collapse and fall out. Like it just looks a lot scarier. And maybe they're just putting on a show, but like I don't know, bro. Should look bad.
I don't know. I fucked up the other day. I got these peppers growing in my garden here. I got scorpion pepper and Carolina Reaper growing right next to a sweet pepper. And I looked at one. I was like, "Oh, it's ready. I'm gonna fucking grab that fucker, eat it right off the vine." Thought it was the sweet pepper.
no?
Nah, it was that fucking scorpion pepper or whatever.
Why are you
My
growing?
ass was fucking. I was damn near crying.
Why are you growing them?
Why not?
Well,
Make a good salsa.
you're gonna put it in something? You're making salsa or whatever?
Yeah.
I mean, when you put it in with other shit and cut it, it's not as bad. When you pop the whole goddamn thing in your mouth and chew it up like a goddamn candy.
I was gonna say though, like
whole
some of the
different issue.
peppers are so fucking hot, even in salsa, it's just so fucking hot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, if you like hot stuff, I guess, but I don't know.
Right.
Your
Overwhelming.
space level will actually climb. If you're eating all the time, you'd be amazed. You go from like, a little bit, like it'll cook you. And after a while, you get so you can just do it. I was making salsa farms and gardens for years there. And every year I go a little hotter. And like a new person would try it every so often. Like, what the hell? You can't eat that. And like, they get a taste of it. They liked it so much. They keep having a little more. Next thing you know, they're eating. They're like, yeah, it's hot, but it's not bad,
Yeah, you can get used to it, I guess. But...
Extra hot. Oof.
Last year, my girl made hot sauce with the cayenne pepper. We grew a bunch of cayenne peppers and we dried them up.
Habanero.
She went through a process and got into like a hot
Not
sauce.
spicy at all. You could tell by
Not
which
at all?
one.
Not at all? Is that what you said?
Not at all. My grandma would have probably been like, "That's too much. I'm gonna die." But this one's like not hot either. The jalapeno one, not hot at all. Like not at all. Like ketchup, but with like a green ketchup. I haven't tried this one that much, but it's not that bad. Scorpion.
Yeah, scorpion fucking peppers, I'll tell you from experience, are hot.
Yeah, this just tastes bad. It doesn't taste very tasty in this sauce. It tastes like a more irony, bad flavor. But the rest of them taste very flavorful. This one's really good.
So I was just wondering. I'm sitting here looking at your bottle, and I'm looking at a bottle that I've got laying at my feet and shit. What's up with the chicks on the hot sauce bottle? I was like, is that the same brand? Look, it almost looks like the same gal. Never had and shit. What the fuck?
Mine's Melinda. Who's yours? Mine's Melinda. Who's yours? Mine's Melinda's.
I haven't gave her a name, but I don't.
That's the name of the hot sauce, I guess. That's
It's kind of cool.
She's fire, huh? Oh, she's fire, bro. She's fire.
I got some ugly dude on my hot sauce.
Or roosters. When you get to the Asian ones, they're all roosters and roosters. Like
Then again, though, you guys got like the little baby bottle. I got the fucking. This is a 32.
Wait, I was gonna say, what is that? A fucking 2 liter of hot sauce?
Pretty much. I mean,
You drink that? You do like
Shots.
yeah. You just chugging it from the jug, straight from the bottle.
I eat that shit like it's going out of style.
Oh yeah.
I put that shit on everything.
Like your eggs and shit. You're the hot sauce on the eggs guy.
Oh, if you had a breakfast burrito? Yeah, you got to have Tapatio on that.
Agreed. Hot sauce. All purpose.
Get the alpato sauce.
All purpose. It's a ketchup replacement.
Pretty
You have
much.
to get the pato sauce, guys. When you want to make some real enchiladas, red, that's the thing.
I'll tell you what, you mix up some like I don't like sour cream on shit, you know? Like a lot of these people like fucking sour cream on their taco or whatever. I don't like that shit. But you mix some of that tapatio with some sour cream and put that shit on a taco, that's fucking bomb right there.
Good, fucking good salsa will almost curd up a fucking sour cream, though.
Right?
Yep.
Make it fully cheese. Yeah, to turn it from sour cream to cheese. So the vinegar inside of it.
Yeah. And all
Right.
the acid.
Yeah. Total acids, right?
Like,
Turn the air back off. Won't be able to hear.
how hot is it there, Green Fingers? Probably didn't hear.
101, it said. Let me check again. It's
Oh, that's
going
not
down.
bad.
No, it's going down fast right now.
I was surprised you ain't got a sweatshirt on.
No, I did.
Oh, you're saying it's 101 right now?
Yeah, no, it's 107. It
Oh,
says.
okay.
It's trying to update.
What is it? 6 or 7 at where you're at?
7?
7?
107 at 7. 107 at 7:08.
Still, man.
Sun's still out though. Humidity like
It's been
20%.
fucking miserable here. I'm not that far from Green Fingers, but it's a whole different climate, and it's been fucking miserable.
Whole different. It's just literally you go down a mountain and it's different as fuck.
Yeah.
All you don't want to know when you try to breathe when you roll down the window. It's like fuck that.
Oh, is it humid too, or what?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Got
fuck.
the humidity coming off the water all this whole week. Just this water is sucking.
We've had thunderstorms here for like 3 weeks. Everything I can do to get a foam of your feet on and stick.
We've had some off and on rain too. It's been nice. Got the veggie garden blowing up, man. I got tomatoes dropping like crazy. You know.
Yeah, dude, your garden's looking awesome.
Thanks. Beans are popping. I'm excited. What's up, buddy?
Hey,
Did you overplant it finally, or did it kind of balance out a little bit?
The garden. I had to replant, so I had a first round of like zucchini get eaten up, and like I was getting a complex because my carrots weren't starting, and cucumbers got all ate up, my beans got ate up. I had to replant a bunch of shit. My peppers got fucked up, like so yeah. But now it's really popping, so I'm excited. And I did probably plant the zucchini a little close, and I don't know. There's always room for improvement as long as we get some food from it.
they all looked they were doing good. They were rocking healthy, happy plants.
Yeah, we got a shit ton of green beans popping everywhere right now. My corn's I got a few stalks that are like, I don't know, probably 9 foot tall. I can't reach higher than them, so.
I'm becoming a firm believer in the fact that if you're going to do any size of a veggie garden, it's going to take you a couple of years to figure out the layout and what's going to go where,
Yeah.
I've been trying different things all through the garden in different spots just to see what's going to do the best in what spot. And this year I switched it all up. I was even stoked because I got started early, and everything that I thought was fucking wrong.
Huh.
Shit that I was like, okay, it didn't do good over here, so it's got to do great over there. Did worse in this area, and then I replanted a few things, back in the same area that I thought they did bad last time, and they did fucking great.
Oh, I know one of the things that John Kemp was saying about soil biology and plants is like different plant varieties. Actually, over time, you'll get that soil to be geared toward that plant variety. Like he was talking about one watermelon farmer who had, I think he had fusarium wilt coming into his crops, and they finally got him to stop spraying fungicides and make the transition. And he was losing like 50% of his crop the first year, and then the second year it was down to like 25. And they recommended he keep crop rotation in, and he wanted to try it without it. And I think it like the seventh year he was down to 50% fusarium all of the whole crop. And you know, when they did the soil testing, they basically attributed that to the crop had like facilitated that the species of microbes that pair with that particular plant well enough to build that soil to help that plant build as part of that immune system. But yeah, how that works. But yeah, it's funny. You switch stuff around, you find the good spot for each thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Shit, man, it's about time for me to jump out too. I gotta get up here for a long day Friday, but appreciate hanging out, Eagle, and everybody.
Always a pleasure to hang out, Mr. Smiley.
Well, Smiley.
Yes.
It was good seeing you.
Yeah, man. Hope you guys have a great weekend.
You see
Have a good one. See you, Smiley.
Yeah, it is a learning curve of like finding out where that sweet spot in the garden is for that. And then like I was kind of hinting a little bit with Smiley there too, is like it's finding that sweet spot and then that actual use. You know what I mean? You fucking, no, I'm gonna grow tomatoes or this one this year, and you're like, holy shit, next year I don't need that much. I need of those. And then I can add something new to the garden.
Well, or you go the other way, you start canning and freezing. You have like a 6-year supply before you know what you did.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at with tomatoes.
I was
I
just
got
gonna say
1,
that
2, 3, 4 going that are just fucking way too big.
they're undeterminants too.
Yep.
See, that was my grandma's problem. She'd pick all undeterminants and have us fill the garden thinking they were determinate. And I was like, these things are never gonna end. There's not gonna be room for anything else.
Yep.
Nowhere. You gotta chop and drop that shit. Compost everything.
I put 2 strawberries in my 4x8 raised bed like 5 years ago. And I've actually had to pull, I can't tell you how many out. And I just started throwing them over the fence. And a couple of them actually just, I yanked them up by the root, threw them over by the fence. And now they're growing and they're sprouting little freaking shoots that are growing off new plants.
Yeah, they'll never stop. They'll never stop.
Yeah.
And even if that area gets overgrown with like really tall grass and stuff, you go back there 3-4 years later in the spring, you'll still see those strawberries hanging out underneath that canopy. It's amazing.
Yep. Yeah, and then you take down that canopy and they freaking explode.
Boom again. Yeah.
Asparagus too. That'll take over anywhere it's planted. Just keeps on popping up more and more. The next year, the next year, and the next year.
Yep. And that'll rhizome ends both if you don't chop it.
That's a good problem though. Asparagus takes what, 5 years though before you can actually get.
Minimum 3, yeah.
One thing is in gardening, you don't really realize. There's been a couple of things I've tried to grow like that. You're like, that spring, you're gathering up all your shit. You're like, I want to grow this, I want to grow that. And you fucking get home, you start reading on some of it, and you're like, fuck, I ain't gonna have no asparagus for fucking years.
And with the tomatillos, like you need 2 of them to, like a male and a female, one to pollinate the other. Like people just grow them and they don't get no fruit. They don't wonder why. It's like, well,
Yeah, like kiwis or something like that.
There's a bunch of just random shit out there that's like nobody thinks of when they pick it for their area. It's like, not even for my area either. But
Yep.
they shouldn't sell that shit here. Like stuff that I can't grow here, they shouldn't sell it over here where I can buy it. Like, just don't sell it here. Fuck, make it easier for me. Just the stuff
Yeah,
that
but
can't
come on, man. We're in California. We don't want them to stop selling anything here.
No, but I mean, like, just make it where we can only, like, you sell me stuff I can grow is what I mean. Like, have the store loaded with shit that's drought tolerant. Like, that would be awesome. Like, we don't have no drought tolerant, nothing. It's all,
There used to be a breeder store. I don't know if it's still around. I think the guy's in the cannabis industry full time now, but he used to have a store called Dust Bowl Seed, and it was specifically drought tolerant varieties of like every kind of vegetable you could imagine. They sent me some tester stuff. He grew some really nice seed, man. It was awesome. I don't think his store's online anymore, but I wonder, you might be able to get his seed somewhere still. If you
that's
look
cool.
at stuff.
The
Yeah,
beets did
see,
good.
there's a little thing for the garden. It's called irrigation, and that can really help with your drought issue in the garden.
No, I mean, like, the beets did really good, but some of the other stuff just wanted to bolt instantly because it was so hot. Like, they just wanted to go.
Put down.
Just turn to seed because, I don't know, just it's too much for it.
Are you putting down mulch there?
No, I don't put no mulch.
You got to put down a heavy layer of mulch, keep the moisture and the soil cool, and protect the microbes. Man, that's like
It's always moist. That might be a problem too. Some of it might stay too wet because I don't let it get dry. I keep the water dripping, so it's constantly dripping. That's where the biggest plants are, where I leave the water most too. So.
That watering cycle is important for gas exchange in the soil as well. That sinusoidal wave that we talk about when we water, like in the grow tents and shit, that's important because that actually drives gas out of the soil and back in. The water flooding it pushes all the gas out, and then as it drains out, it draws fresh gas in, whether it's oxygen or carbon dioxide or whatever.
Yeah, I just keep everything on a freaking automated timer now, and every other morning at 5 o'clock, it all gets 20 minutes worth of water, and it's happy for 2 days.
I do like 3 minutes every hour. Go out there, do a 3-minute watering on the bottom. It's fucking 130 degrees in the greenhouse sometimes.
That's crazy hot.
Yeah. Plants don't mind. Some of them, I mean, don't mind. Like, some of them weren't made for this shit. Like, it's just what.
I'll bet that strain difference really shows up in that environment.
Yeah, those plants are fucking potent as fuck. I don't know. Super resonant, great washers. Everything that grows out here in the desert, super, super resonance.
You know what, though? The plants that do thrive out in the deserts like that are fucking hardy. Those things can take a beating and just bounce right back.
Yeah, I only have 2 that have had a problem. The rest of them are just going. 3 that have a problem.
Right. Well, gentlemen, I got a long work day tomorrow too, so I think I'm going to bounce as well. But good seeing you all. Eagle, thank you for having us on. Appreciate it.
Thank you for popping on, brother.
Anytime. You guys
Oh, man.
Cheers, my friend.
peace.
Oh, shit. It's 21. We're late. Cheers, everybody.
I am unprepared. I fired up this road. Puffs.
I want my light to turn on already. You know, like waiting for my light to turn on so I can fix the light leak. I found it's not fixed completely, and I can flip my room so I can flip it tonight. Oh, just want to smoke different weed already.
Go through your harvest there. Been a minute. Green fingers.
When did I harvest last?
Did you go through it all yet?
I've got a lot of it left, and I just don't like it. I got 3 totes of stuff that I've been getting rid of. I like it. I mean, it's just not. I smoked so much of it, like a couple thousand joints. So it's like time for new weed, right? Like, I mean, it's just time for new weed.
I get it. Yeah. I like.
Yeah.
So I got like 20 something different things going in the room right now, and 6 main things that I'll get like tested and everything after. Like the 6 that I want to try first. So I forgot what they are. I got Amy again. This time she's full sized. So Amy's full sized in the room. And another Mendo, the same Mendo, the Banana God Mendo. Fuck, I said Mendo 4 times. Banana God Mendo Breath. That same cutting that I had. I'm gonna see what it does the second time. Extreme cream, then caffeine, orange cookies, and the lemon tree times Sky Cuddler Kush from Sun-Grown Mids.
Right there.
Doing that one again.
That's one of Smiley's, isn't it?
No, that's Sun-Grown Mids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's from Bud gave it to me. He gave me about 50 of those beans. I could use 50 more of those suckers. Fucking load that fucking plant so much. Those ones are fucking sick, dude. I gotta get some Smiley's gear though. Gotta get some stuff.
I'm at the point right now where it's
Are you
like,
talking about these ones? I just found them in this envelope today. The last of the lemon
are the-
tree sky cuddler that Sun-Grown Mids gave me. This bag had it had a few fingers of seeds once upon a time. If you really like it, I'll send these to you.
Oh yeah, that's some fire right there. That's
I'll
fucking
put
fire.
them right here for I remember.
Yeah, that's something special right there. In there, I found one that I like as a keeper. It tends to fucking box tail out, but when it dries, it's fucking sick. Like it still hardens up nice and enough for hip stash.
I've come to realize it's not that I don't like the flavors in the lemon, lime, orange, tangy realm. I don't like the high I get from it. So I pretty much personally stopped growing things that are in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no interest in the lemon, lime, citrus.
Yeah.
Now they definitely smell good, taste good, but somehow the high or for me personally, I don't like it.
It's something about daytime smoke for me. I could chief on that shit all day long and not pass out.
When I used to grow tangy, that's what I used to look at it as, like the daytime smoke.
Yeah.
Like it was good daytime smoke. Like,
never got
to be
me
honest,
high.
I still miss having tangy around every once in a while. It's not like I don't like those flavors, but I don't like the high doesn't suit me well.
It's the flavor for me.
I don't know.
Smoke most of the time. Effect first, I guess, but I smoke for flavor. If it don't taste really good, I don't really want to smoke it over and over all day.
Now I remember when I grew the lemon tree sky color, it reminded me of, like, when I described to somebody, it was like lemon, the bark of a lemon tree. That's what it smelled like, and I guess tasted like, unlike candy lemon or lemons like that. It was more like if you rubbed up against the bark of a lemon tree, that's what that one smelled like. And I guess that's why they call it lemon tree.
Yeah. That, like, Sky Cuddler put something on it though that I like. I never had the lemon tree by itself, but this isn't like as lemon tree as I thought it would be. It's something, when you grow it, it smells like pomegranates. But then when you smoke it, it smells like a dusty old lemon tree. It's like, it's crazy. Hard to explain. I liked it so much, I kept cutting. So trying to cut some.
I'll mute shit.
Did we just lose SoCal? Yeah.
Go out there.
I just looked up and noticed I was trying to pack something and everything's stuck in this jar so tough I can't see what's what. Just everything. It's all just jammed in there together. Chino's Walt cookies, that's the one. Those were good seeds too. Thank you for those. Fuck. Still got a bunch of those. That was really good. Good flour.
Well, Green Fingers, I've just been forgetting, but I have a bag from Free Seed Day that I got for you. That was in April. Like it's got, I don't think, a lot of seed packs in it. It was from Free
That's
Seed
so
Day.
fucking cool. I remember that
And
pack.
I'll get it together. Get you.
That's fucking awesome.
You gotta send me your address again, or I might still have it in my chat, but probably easier to send it again.
Yeah.
Because it's
Hell yeah.
right over here. It's been sitting at the table or in this other table of extra bag from Free Seed Day.
Sick. Yeah, my brother's growing the queso that you gave me back when I first got the packs from the Free Seed Day that you gave me. So he's growing the queso from Masonic.
Yeah,
I was wondering what happened to him. And he's like, I'm growing the queso. I was like, I gave those to you? I don't remember. He's like, yeah, you gave me all kinds of different ones. I was like, at least you're growing them. Fuck. So yeah, those are being grown out. I'll be able to try those in a month or two. See what it's all about. Maybe get a cutting of it.
well, I only saw Captain 420 in the chat, but a couple years ago he left me 3 seeds, and it said Death Star. And I finally cracked them, I guess, maybe 6 weeks ago. They're in veg, but I didn't top them or anything. But they're one of these plants that have like just all these branches. Like they're not turned back or sexed yet, but and I'm not much for like stem rubs, but it's something going on there. I'm excited about it. Structure, it's got the structure. Yeah. See what comes out of the Death Star.
That's awesome.
Supposedly, I don't know. Like, I know one thing. It was one of those, it reminded me of old school where people, not so much seeds, but people with cuts used to like give it to you you would promise or put your word on that you weren't going to give it to anybody, no matter what. So, yeah. Not supposed to be given out or done anything with. All right. I agreed to it. I'll stick to it.
Hell yeah. That's the way it should be, though. If you give out a cut and you say, give this out to everybody, you give it out to everybody. But if it's like, hey, don't give this out to nobody, or don't give these seeds out once you do grow it, like, don't make a cutting of it.
Well, I guess it was about 20 years ago. Yeah, that was a real thing. And a lot of times, those particular cuts like Master Kush or Bubba Kush that were around OG, yeah, that gave you like a real edge in pricing and demand. And the fact that not everyone had it kept that. I mean, the times have changed drastically since then. So,
yeah.
But
it made it worse though at the same time, because like this whole everybody having this stuff that they say is something that's not though. The name game, like I could change the name to anything on any cut.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the one. That's this plant right here. Like whatever. Oh, my lights turned on. Oh, I'm all excited. I look over and it's all shiny. Fuck yeah. To open up that door in a minute. Lost train of thought when I saw the lights. I don't know where I'm at.
Well, I'm on my part of the year where lights come on later. Because it's, well, especially where you are, isn't it hot still at 7:30?
Yeah, but my house is like 70 something. It's on 81 degrees. So it's not that bad in here. The grow room's the same temperature. So.
Yeah, it's been, I mean, now it's cooling down. I turned off the AC and opened the windows, but it's been hot. We've been in some kind of, I mean, I don't know what the temps are outside during the day because I'm pretty much avoiding it, but it's hot. It's been hot. I went down to the beach today, and yeah, right when I got within like a mile of the beach, it was completely overcast. It wasn't hot, except that it was so humid that it was like, yeah, not comfortable. I went down there thinking, oh yeah, nice, cool, breezy ocean. No, it was super thick, humid, overcast, hot, warm. And that's like, yeah, no, too much humidity. Yuck. My friend's door to his, like, a couple of my friends live like really right on the beach. One, everything they buy, they're always returning, like their TVs, fry, any electronics. Yeah, like I thought homeboys, he never locks the door at his house, and I could not get this fucking door to open. And yep, so it swelled because of it's super humid over on the coast. Nice and clear where I'm at, 15 miles away, but you wouldn't know you were 15 miles apart. It was pretty different weather. But like, yeah, no, thick humidity, that's the worst. I saw all this talk about weather. They said on the news, the Florida Keys, the water temperature is 100 degrees. I'm thinking, holy shit, 100-degree water in the ocean? That's crazy. I like, even around here, maybe it gets up to like, maybe 70 something. And when it's like that, it's warm. Like, yeah, it's nice when you just, but 100 degrees, that would take energy. Like that, the refreshness that you would get going in the ocean would be the opposite. It'd be like going into a hot tub.
Hot water.
And I imagine that the ocean, the sea life, no, 100 degrees, no, they're not doing good. Doesn't that mean there's no oxygen in the water? And things like that got to have big effects. Like, I don't think the ocean meant to get 100 degrees. Holy moly.
I think that's how life was created, right? Hot weather and water. Like hot temperatures with some water.
Well, some things survive that way, some don't. I noticed when you showed your plants in the greenhouse where it's all really hot, the plants that were big, like real tall and big, those ones seem to have the heat had more damage. But then the plants that were, just 3-4 feet tall were healthy as could be.
Yeah, like the 6-foot plants weren't as bad as the 12-foot plants. That's what you're
yeah.
And you're talking about those 12-foot plants are fucking eat the hell up. They can't take it. There's too much
respiration. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. The 3-foot plants like it even better. A bunch of the Mendo breath or the banana god times Mendo breath out there. They're about 3 foot, 2 foot. 2.5 foot, like the shorter ones that I had indoors. They didn't want to get, so there's a shorter, and a taller one. And I assume all the ones outside are short. So that's the thing that I found out of those seeds.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much like what you'd call fat leaf, or what we used to call indica, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that
Yeah.
means it comes mainly from Afghanistan, Pakistan, that region. That, that's very hot there. And beyond that, 0 to 5% humidity in most places, like no humidity and hot. So plants that are like that, I think, are genetically from way back, survived in hotter desert or high desert type region. I mean, even though someone told me that in that whole area, there's many microclimates. So there's places that are really humid, and it's not just one area. A lot of different areas in the Afghanistan region.
Yeah, it could be humid for me one day if the wind blows one direction, or the next day it could be super dry if the wind blows the other way. So it all depends on the wind out here for me. I got water right next to me, and then it's all desert on the other side. So it's like shit.
Over the years, I noticed plants are really resilient. Most all of them can take like a few days of extreme, but once it gets past the 3-4 days, get into like a week or 10 days of too hot or too humid. Yeah, that's when some of them just one day to the next just drop dead.
Yeah.
But like a couple days, 2-3 days of some odd temperature range or stuff like that. Man, most plants are pretty resilient to that. But once it gets 5 days, 10 days, that's when, some plants just can't take it.
Yeah. The more flimsy plants seem to die. This thicker stock always makes it out here. But that hollow one won't make it.
Well, plus, like you say, 12-foot plant, or those have been growing for quite a long time. So they had one kind of weather that most of their existence was in, and then all of a sudden it's really hot. Where these other ones seem to have probably been in the hot heat their whole existence, right? They're only like a couple.
Yeah, some of them were thrown out
that
there
makes it
at the right time, and some of them were thrown out there early. But like the early ones, only 2 of the early ones popped off, like the way that I thought all of them would. And then the other ones just went random, like stayed small because the wind, and like stayed 4 foot, 3 foot, and the ones next to it stayed shorter but got taller. You can see the progression of like less wind to the plant and like what it changed it into, because they're all the same seeds, except for the 2 that are really tall. Those are different genetics completely. But like all the rest are the same stuff I've been open pollinating, and it's all different from just the wind pressure inside of a greenhouse. It's like, what the fuck? It's cool. The difference.
Cheers.
Cheers.
well. Let's go outside and look at my garden. Always look at my outdoor garden often.
What are you smoking, Eagle? Oh shit. Got live living something.
I don't know, to be honest with you. It was an entry for one of these cups.
Got some
Pretty good.
Bali sunset right here. So terpy. I would like to grow that shit. If I get that plant, Bali sunset. Bali sunset.
That looks good. What you got there, buddy?
In the middle here is a slab.
fuck is it
And
finished
I
already?
noticed that it didn't really revert as bad as the Don Megas that seem to have
I need that
started to.
Domino, bro. That thing's an early finisher or what? What's happening with your weather? Why is your shit finishing?
Well, that's how it grows. Like if I,
Is it
no
an early
matter what
finisher?
time of year I put things out, they'll start to flower. These actually were moms in an indoor, so they were in a supplemental for a week or two. I knew I was letting them turn a little early, and sure enough, they're starting to revert. But
You can see it.
considering that this is for washing, um, it'll take a little longer, but there'll be a lot of cracks. I've had this happen before outside, where yeah, well, I'm not really. This isn't going to get trimmed for flower. It's just going to get frozen and washed.
Nice.
I'm not like disappointed that it reverted because, like you can see right here, there's some huge bracts, or I call them bracts. I don't know, calyx. Yeah, and then these are from Ethos, Banana Daddy and White Wedding, and they were just little clones.
It smell like banana. Banana. Couldn't say it. Just the
You
smell.
know, indoor, I'm like a week from being done with the first Banana Daddy crop, and it's got, I guess it's got a unique smell going on. I guess that's what you would call banana. I don't know. I don't always get the banana out of the strains that are banana, but it has a unique terp going, and I forget the lineage of that one. And then the other one I have from Ethos is White Wedding, which is like a Mandarin cookies crossed into something.
That's cool. Nice size bushes.
Is that a helicopter plane or is somebody gargling?
Tesla coil. Oh, it is an airplane. That's a.
Yeah, that's the military. They're always flying around. They do trading.
Couldn't tell what it was. But
But
that's something.
even after all these years of being legal, you didn't you still had the instinct to duck.
I used to
Yeah.
hide behind my
Face
plant.
Well,
pretty quick. Don't look up.
I started waving after 17. I just started waving at the helicopter every time they come over my garden. I'd wave at them. Like, hey.
Knock it off.
They used to fly over all the time. I live next to the main road, next to the main highway. Big dog.
Nice view. Mountains drop there.
I thought it was a cliff that went straight off almost the first time I looked, and then it turned. Oh, that's why it was that side. Never mind. Oh, it's just a hill that goes down. Fuck, that's awesome.
yeah.
Nice.
Is there like a tennis court down there? What is it? Yeah,
No,
golf course.
no,
I could fix that
No.
golf cart for you if you need that shit fixed, bro.
no, that's a forklift to move
Okay,
sheets of marble.
cannot fix that.
It runs on propane. It runs on
Well, yeah,
propane.
you change those tanks out all the time, though. I could change the tank. That was one of my jobs. Go change the tank. You don't get to drive it. It's like, fuck.
Yes, it's reverting. That's what I was trying to say. Those bracts. If
Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna
bracts.
watch it, that's
all
gonna
finished.
be.
That was finished a
That'll-
month ago, huh? That's crazy.
Well, it was on its way, and then
So, yeah,
it
revegged.
reverted,
Yeah,
which is fine. Like
I like it. Yeah. But I used to pick off all those buds, like pull them off one by one, and then let them dry and just smoke the shit out of them.
Well,
That's
the
fucking-
Don Mega has GMO, so I thought I've never washed a fresh frozen like the whole thing, but this year that's the plan. I feel like try that, see what comes out of it.
Yeah, you like that Don Mega? I noticed.
Yeah,
Feel like
it's not that's the thing where I'm like worried about the fresh frozen. It's not the terpiest
I think they
strain, but it has like a super stony effect. Like there's no question, you smoke like a few hits of it, you're like, oh, that's stony. And that's what I've been liking about.
The turkeyest, but it's stony as hell, so that makes it better. I get it though. Frosty.
Well, yeah, some of these plants that are really good for hash that are super terpy. That isn't always for me. That's not the like high, like just like I don't really like orange. I don't know. Those aren't. I like stony ass weed, and sometimes those aren't the stoniest weeds. They're the tastiest. I get that, or but some of those don't impress me as far as like the high. I don't know, the stone or whatever. Yeah, that's what I like chase. This like that's why I like OGs and I like more of the legacy strains. Turns out a lot of these ones are the ones that test in the 19 to 24% range. But it seems like all the ones that are my fondest memories of being really stony and I like the most are those the strains in that range rather than the 28 to 30% range.
You think that's because of less bottlenecking in those genetics compared to the ones that are out now? Or
Well,
just
I remember watching or hearing a podcast from this guy Skatchwatch, who was like consistently getting like 10% terps in test. I'm not good at explaining it, but he explained it like there's only so much of all those things. Let's say 30%. Like some of these lab things might be exaggerated, right? We'll say 30%. If you're going all THC or 28% THC, that's only leaving 2% for other things. And like he pointed out in his testing, when he hits like 8-10% terps, yeah, he's not also hitting 30-some% THC. If that makes any sense. And he wasn't like a scientist he was just, this guy Skatchwatch. He doesn't do much content anymore, but a few years ago, his jars of weed were so terpy that you could see the terps like dripping off the buds and pooling at the bottom of the jar. I was like, truly like had tests that were 10% terps. He's also the guy that said that one of the reasons that he thinks he uses that harpin proteins, and a firm believer that helps create some of these high, like some of his strains were not just strains, they were all terp. They were classic strains, but he grows in this way where he really pushes the terps. And yeah, I remember him basically explaining what I just said, and I thought, yeah, that seems like a probably true. And like right now, for the last year or so in our little thing in our production, we got 4 strains: Cheetah Piss, Don Mega, Grape Gas, Slaps. The Slaps, even though we haven't had it tested, the word, and it came out of a licensed facility that and sells their stuff in jars. Yeah, 30-some% are high THC. A couple of my patients, old school guys, even my age or older, just smokers, never complain about anything. Oh, there wasn't a question of batch, wasn't nug or any of that. Nope, it was perfect. They always get a few of these, a few of those. Yeah, two different people over a few months that like have been my customer for 20, 30 years. Like called me and said, yeah, I don't get high off that one, the slaps. Can you exchange it? Which they've never done. Like they're never picky like that. And I was like, okay. And even though it was those two people, there's a whole rash of people that never said, they keep asking for more of it. But these guys are old school. And I thought, yeah, like, and that's probably because they want like I guess what the whole terpene or cannabinoid profile, like probably most likely the ones that test 18 to 24. Also, if you look at those tests, have like everything else in there too. Or the ones that test in the 30s have fractionals of everything else. And some people notice that, I guess. That's what that, because like, yeah, this is a high. And I like it. I smoke it. It's not my favorite though.
Who makes the slaps?
I don't know. It came out of what are the LA?
Okay.
I think it's been around 3-4 years, but it's known to be like high THC. Like that's because even though I don't deal with that market at all, I've heard it described like if you are putting yourself in legal market where it's in a mylar or a jar, it doesn't have 28 to 35% THC. They won't order it from Metric. It won't sell through, even though it could be like the best OG or the best legacy strain. That's why a lot of these places don't bother growing any of that stuff because if they can't get those high numbers, there's no sell through. Which that's I guess the problem with packaging and people not being able to smell the jar or try it even. Because I guess if you were really just a customer and you're going in spending your hard-earned money, you're going to have to base it on something. Probably those THC numbers. It's too hard to decipher what is your full profile. I mean, maybe some people can look at it and know they like this profile. I think eventually cannabis people will get to that point where it won't just be THC. They'll know, oh, I like what, the cannabinoid profile that suits them.
That's what I was going to say too, insurance guy. He says from Exotic Genetics. And I was like, I swear I read slaps from Exotic Genetics. That's why I went to get the fucking shit.
I don't always
find it in
pay
there,
attention to all like.
But I found Quicks in there. That was fucking fire looking. I'm like, I want the Quicks. Too shiny. Take a picture though. What's it called? Catalog. Holy shit.
Your butthead been a butthead today, Green Fingers.
My ball head.
No, we've talked several nights, and you've got the one dog that's always like the butthead. Been a butthead.
Not right now. Yesterday, he's asleep right now.
My buddy's been a butthead. Oh,
Is that what I've been hearing this whole time?
huh?
Is that what I've been hearing?
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering if it was his dog or your dog.
No,
Like,
that's been his dog. I've been miking up.
my dog's been ready to freaking bark at his dogs the whole time.
It's a little
I'm
bit.
like, I keep looking back at my dog, just looking at him. He's like, "Arr," ready to growl at him. I'm like, shut up, dude. Like, stop. That was funny. Yeah. I thought you said I'm bald headed today, and I was like, I'm always bald headed. I took off my hat because you could see me if you're just on yours, you know. Like, huh?
No,
Yeah.
like he's literally just like nose to this other dog right now. Like what?
I almost made two dogs choke by doing that already, and he got a bad scolding because they were in the middle of eating, and then they tried to growl at him in the middle of eating. Yeah, so then food go down the windpipe. Yeah, I got real pissed off at him. Had a serious talk with the dog. Like, we gotta talk, buddy. It's like, you almost killed two dogs, man, because you're being a dick.
He's been a dick all day long. We went to the beach and I took him for a walk, and I thought, yeah, I let loose of the fucking leashes and shit, and they started walking down the rocks to the water, and I was like, hell yeah, look at that. They starting to pick it up and shit. You know what I mean? But they walked down the rocks, and they were like, hell yeah, walk on the beach, and they were fucking just like, I'm like, come back, stop, no. They gave two fucks, man. They just kept on keeping on. Who gives a shit? Buttheads today, just flat out buttheads. Any other day they'd stop, turn around. Today, nope.
That new moon, or whatever it's called.
You see that strawberry fucking sliver the other night?
Yeah, the strawberry sliver. I call it a bloody toenail. I'm all, look at the bloody toenail. Strawberry sliver.
I never seen it that red, man. And it was like elusive. I seen it when I was going to the gym, and you could see like for a second, but then it disappeared behind some trees and shit, and then it was hard to find again. Fuck.
I used to wait for the blood moons all the time. When my phone would tell me what day blood moon was gonna be, because we had a lot of them like 10 years ago. Fucking crazy. So crazy. Happened to Bud. Just noticed he's like, oh, there he is. Still here.
Speaking of
It's good fucking
running, I gotta get real going. It's that time, man.
Oh
I gotta fucking. I was watching like old news footage today, like old boxing style, kind of. 2021 race footage from the Bobby Grim Road race coverage.
How you're getting close, right? When's the actual event?
26, August 26th.
All right, less than a month now.
No. Shit, I ran 10 miles in the rain last night. Rain! When I got back, man, the last fucking 3 miles, it was like running in sponges and shit. Every fucking every step, I could just feel it just shooting up between my toes and shit, man. It was a good run, though. It wasn't bad. It was definitely how bad you want it type day. For sure.
Well, that training might make the difference.
Yeah, it's definitely.
The day this race happens, it could rain, and you're ready for it.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I'm planning. The plan is definitely hit that 10 every day now. Just an everyday thing, getting used to that rhythm and whatever. But yeah, it's crunch time now. It's fucking crunch time. That's all I know.
Oh, well,
Now,
you
isn't
run-
there a rhythm where you'll stop training, what, a few days before, right?
Yeah, probably 3, 4 days before. Let my muscles rest up a little bit. And then I gotta, like, man, I really know that my body these days, and it takes me a good, mile to get warmed up, man. Even if I stretch really good, it still takes like a good mile to lube, fucking get everything feeling right. So I'm gonna have to be there and do a little bit of a pre-warm up before I get running that day.
Holy shit.
And one thing I did was like I did find some like a little bit of like comfort in is like because last year I guess oh man I watched like the fucking news footage from like last year and like it's like and I'm gonna just fucking goddamn it I've earned my years I'm gonna fucking call it for what it is I got this fucking 20-year-old fucking kid and shit that fucking just won it, ran it in fucking 49 minutes or fucking, yeah, it's fucking not a problem. Da, da, da. I'm like, man, come on. He's gonna be that young. He had It's all right. It's all right. Yeah. But the comfort thing was it wasn't like so last year they said 9,000 people ran. So in waves, a little bit of waves, and it isn't necessarily like first thing. Yeah, it's fastest time no matter what. So if you're in
Yeah.
waves, you ain't got to necessarily worry about running and passing and all that good shit, blowing past people. But
Well, and I don't know. I mean, you're gonna really ever compete with a 20-year-old? Probably not, right? I mean, 'cause
trying, buddy.
I know you are, but like, yeah, they're able to just probably run at full speed the whole time and just suck it up.
No. Even like he said, like I was listening to him. He liked the same type of method. Warm up, find that rhythm, and then stick with it. And that's kind of me. That mile two, warming up, find that rhythm, and then lock down and hit it. And that seemed to be like his method as well. As long as I can find that rhythm, be warmed up and hit that rhythm, I'll be fine. And that's been like more like up till now. I've had a few different means of like training. Like one day I'll go distance, the next day I'll go fucking try to go all more over speed, try to like do as much as I can as fast as I can. But no, moreover, all through training, I've always started at a certain number and then it's changed. The method has changed a little bit. In the beginning, it was every 5 minutes, I would increase my speed a tenth of a mile. So if I'm running, start off at 5.9, at 5 minutes, I'm running 6. At fucking 10 minutes, I'm running 6.1. So that's always kind of constant there. The only thing that's changed up the last few days or the mentality of the last week or so is making sure I get that distance. So right now I'm starting off with a good pace and I'm hitting that rhythm. So like now it's not so much and again from the 5 minutes it went to every half mile I would go up. And then right now it's like I'm hitting like 7.2. In the first minute by 60 seconds, I'm hitting 7.2. And I'm just like keeping that rhythm now for the whole pace. So now I'm getting used to just like you're saying, kind of hitting that fucking speed and sticking with it for the full 45 minutes. You know what I
Well,
mean?
here's the book on me. I used to race shifter carts for like 10 years. And there's two classes. Senior, you in the cart had to weigh 370 pounds, 75 pounds, or masters, 35 and up, but it was like 410. And for the whole time I was over 35 and I raced in the senior, 17 years and up. because that was my natural weight. If you put 30 pounds of lead on the cart, yeah, that wasn't fun. And actually, a couple of the guys that were young when I met them in race are still kind of my friends. But even, yeah, the book on me was, yeah, I was fat. Like, oh, the heat races that were short. Oh, yeah, I was no problem. But the main events were usually like 25 minutes, 30 minutes worth of laps. And people knew, my competitors, mainly young kids, whose dad told them, don't let that stoner beat you, whatever happens, okay? Yeah, they know those last couple laps, my arms would be screaming. I'd make little mistakes, and yep, I'd be running top 3 most of the race. In those last couple laps, I'd get worked by a few guys every race, right? Or not every race, but a lot of times, because they knew, yeah, just stick on his ass until the last couple laps, and he's gonna fade, because that was my pattern. I tried. My coach and my team and all that said, yeah, you're never gonna get better unless you worked out, go to the gym, and they wanted me on this program. But like, I've never done any of that ever. I noticed, I have to say this, last night you had the music guy on, and there was some good like close-ups when you were like full, and you're like vibrant, healthy, like you're radiating health, like you really look healthy. I noticed last night when you were on, you were like had a glow of health. That's just what I saw. Like, you're in shape.
Appreciate that.
It hasn't inspired me to do any of that stuff. I'm already 60, but like I've in my life been faced with, yeah, like, I don't know, it's nothing, I don't have anything against it. I guess it's lazy stoner and have never had any kind of like exercise. You know what I mean? I've done activities, but without exercise, and yeah, you could only get so good.
Guys, I hate to do it, but it is that time to go run that 10 miles. So,
Well, it was great hanging with everyone, and enjoy your run. And everyone else in chat, have a good evening and weekend. Stay cool if you're in one of these heat wave spots.
Oh, yeah.
popping on, buddy.
Yep.
What's up, bud? Good talk. Man. Oh yeah, you know, hasn't inspired me to do none of that shit, but that was so great when he said that. That fucking, I almost got a cramp in my rib. I had to literally walk away and make sure that I didn't laugh too hard. That was fucking. Fuck. Yeah, but you have a glow about you you've had for the last week. I will say that. And shining bright like a diamond. You saw the treasure I sent you? The thing with the treasure, with the tree? That shit's dope, huh? The pyramid tip coming out of that tree? That shit's wild, bro.
It took me a second to click it, though. I gotta be honest. I was like,
Right?
this seems
Yeah,
like
that's where the treasure is. That's where the treasure is, yo. What treasure? What the fuck's gonna pop out of that hole?
right. I
Yeah,
did.
no, that was crazy. When I saw that shit, I was like, that's wild, man. Like, shit. Maybe that's where they need to check your, what's that show that you watch? Fucking,
Curse of Oak Island.
those guys need to check that fucking tree. You send them that fucking, tag them in that, boom. And they might go check that tree. It's right down the way, right? It's like not that far.
They're doing more random shit like that. I forget what the show is called now, but
Damn, they need to come out to my house and check out the shit. I got all the crosses. I might be on top of another fucking treasure right here. Shit.
11, 11, brother.
I'm gonna let you go. Go run your ass off. Run, Forrest. Run. Love you, bro. Peace out.
Love you, brother. Thank you for popping on. The rest of you guys, I appreciate you guys very much as well. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. And with that being said, I am out of here. You never know, I might pop in later for some shout outs. Long overdue. And yeah. So I'll see you guys probably in